Good day everyone, Loki here and welcome to my very first gun review. Today we're going to take a first look at the Z84K, which is a common assault rifle in WarFace. The K in the Z84K stands for kurz, which means short in German. Therefore it has a shorter barrel and is therefore most effective at shorter ranges. So let's take a look at the recoil pattern. As you can see, at close range the spread is really tight, so as long as you aim at the enemy everything is fine. The same goes for the mid ranges. The problem, however, lies with the longer ranges. You really start to see the upwards kick come in, so hitting the head will become a little bit harder, especially that at longer ranges you will have to hit the head twice before something dies. So at longer ranges I really advise you to aim at the body and not at their head. For the next part I really have to be thankful to Gilza, who helped me out with getting this information. We basically run around in a free-for-all, starting to shoot at each other and while killing the rest of us, just to get at it how much bullets it takes to kill something. So from short ranges, and that's this range, it takes one to two shots to the head, 4 shots to the body, and 8 shots to the legs. That's with armor. Without armor, so if the person you are shooting at has no armor whatsoever anymore, it takes 1 shot to the head, 3 shots to the body, and 6 shots to the legs. So as you can see, it's really hard to kill someone when you are shooting at their legs. This basically goes for any gun, but I just have to say that. At long ranges, and that is this range, it takes with armor it takes 1 to 2 shots to the head, 6 shots to the body, and 12 shots to the legs. So really shooting at their legs is not an option, and especially because it's a short range weapon, it's really gonna be hard to getting kills at longer ranges unless you have a really good scope. But without armor, it takes 1 shot to the head, so you can still get a 1-shot headshot, so that's good. It takes 5 shots to the body, and it takes 9 shots to the legs. This is all taking averages, so it's not exact. It might be 1 more or 1 less, but it's around the numbers I just told you. The way WarFace works is that you have a maximum damage drop-off, so the long range that I took is the maximum damage drop-off. The further you go, it will basically stay the same. The same goes for the short range. That is the maximum, the max that you would consider short. Everything shorter than that would do the same damage as the short I showed you. However, if you are standing in between this distance, that is short or long range, it basically does damage in between the numbers I just told you. So you have to keep that in mind. So now that we have all the statistics out of the way, what do I think about the gun? I personally think it's a pretty good gun. Especially if you have a nice scope on it, because then you can also kill people who are farther away, which of course is always a plus. And especially if you have the advanced assault rifle scope, the spreads will become 10% less. So that will basically make your weapon a little bit better. If you have the suppressor for the weapon, I would also highly advise the suppressor on it, because the suppressor basically makes your shots not show up. So that means if you are using the iron sights, your whole screen won't be lighting up like a Christmas tree, which is really useful because I personally prefer the iron sights over a scope because this gun is for shorter ranges. So if you are short range, it's senseless to zoom in twice, and I have another little red dot scope which I personally really don't like, so I'm not using that one. So unless you have a nice short range scope, I would advise that one. Scopes are basically your own preference, but if you have a suppressor, I would highly advise to put that on there. However, if you have a silencer, I would discourage you to put a silencer on there, because the weapon is already really accurate, but the weapon also does a really low amount of damage, and the silencer will even make the damage worse. So instead of taking 12 shots at long range, it will most likely become 15 shots at long range to the legs. And yeah, that's a little bit much, even at the firing rate that the weapon has. Overall, if you play with the weapon a little bit slower, first of all, I played with the weapon wrong before I started to make the recording, because I thought it was an assault rifle and I didn't read the description. So I basically started playing with it at long ranges. But the gun is very much an SMG, but just disguised as an assault rifle, so it has a little bit higher damage, it has a little bit higher rate of fire, but it's very much an SMG. So, my final verdict: if you like SMGs, it's a very good gun for you when you want to play assault. If you're looking at the other guns, it's a lot better, of course, than the default gun. So if you have the default gun and you really like assault rifles, I would highly advise you to just buy this gun because it just is a lot better. The other two common weapons that we have are both machine guns, which are heavy machine gun, light machine guns. So those are not the same like this one, so I cannot compare them. I haven't unlocked any rare or very rare weapons, so I cannot compare those either. So overall, it's a pretty good gun. I'm kind of disappointed that it works like an SMG instead of an assault rifle, but it's pretty good. I like it. I went around 70 in 40, I think, something around that on a store match with it. So it's not too bad. Anyway, if you liked this video, if you thought it was informative, if you want to see more, or you have a weapon that you really want me to review, please leave a comment. If you liked the video, you can leave a like. If you really want to support me, you can subscribe, you can favorite this video. If you want to see more of this in the future, of course subscribe, because then it directly comes to your inbox if you put that option on, but it directly comes to your YouTube main page and you can enjoy my video, and I really much enjoy making them. Anyway guys, see ya later.